Hey Don, Terry Dyer here. I'm a mortgage broker. I chatted with you, well, texted you a couple times yesterday, and you mentioned you agreed with me that it'd probably be worth your time to invest a few minutes to talk with me. I appreciate that. So anyway, I want to give you a little bit of information. This is what I was sent over via Lending Tree. I'm not sure this is where you're living or where you're wanting to be living. This house isn't listed right now, so it might be your current residence. Um, Looks like you're intending to purchase a place for 1.2 and have about, hoping to use about 10% down. So what I did is I came over here and to our software that we license, and in this software we have all these different lenders that we work with. So here's the rate sheets, here's pages of lenders, there's 217. Anyway, so there's a lot of lenders in here, a lot of options. And what that means to you basically is you don't have to go out and call 100 different lenders to find out who has the best program, or if the program you've ever want, or have heard of exists. Now, a 90% down on a jumbo does exist, but the rates aren't that great. As you see over here, they're about 5%. That's with us getting paid less than a point, which is pretty reasonable. You'd have to, I hope you'd agree, for your mortgage broker to get paid less than 1% of the loan amount. We don't get paid anything based on the interest rate. So the higher the interest rate goes, the bigger the rebate is for you, the borrower. Now, years ago, it used to be the other way around. The higher the rate would go. This money used to go to the broker, but in 2010, the laws changed, and brokers don't get to touch it anymore. So that's good news for you. But anyway, on a 90% loan, you're also going to have mortgage insurance. So let's get back to basics here. Let's assume that we did this loan right here. The lender would be giving you $967 credit for closing costs at that point right there. And if you want a lower rate, you could get a lower rate, but let's assume that costs you, on a purchase, on $1 million purchase, your closing costs could be like title, escrow, all that stuff, $6,000, $7,000. So this just gives you some help to offset the costs of entry. But if that money isn't of significance to your consequence, then it doesn't necessarily mean that you would want to incur this extra 3/8 of a point to get some of that money to help you cover those costs, if that makes sense to you. So that's about where we're at on a 90% loan, is about 5% with no points. Now, if you were to take this down to 80% and do a 10% second, okay? So this would be an 80-10. Let's talk about that. Now I can do a 10% second for you to 90% of the value of your new home. And what that's going to do is it's going to get you a lot more money down here in a rebate or a lower rate. So let's come down here. Now we've gone from 5 1/4, right, all the way down to 4 7/8, and you're even getting more money back for your closing costs. Or you can keep it at 5 1/8 and use that entire amount of $7,200 to pay your closing costs. So there, that's where my experience comes in. I just made you $6,000 if you would do it this way, instead of the way that everybody else is saying that you should do it, and that's just a 10% down. So that's one option. I'm assuming that you don't have 20% down, or else you would have put it on there, right? So this will help you get that 20% down. And the beauty of this also, I'm sorry for scrolling that up and down like that. I know it's annoying. But the beauty of this also, Don, is at 80%, you're not going to have mortgage insurance. Okay, that's going to be a big savings for you on this size loan. That could be $300 or $400 a month at 90%. So let's get rid of that and tag on the piggyback right there to save you that money. That's a piggyback second, HELOC. So we'll do the HELOC to $100,000, $100,000 and 10%. And you pay that down. You get to keep using the HELOC for another 10 years. So that's about it, really. The best way to do that loan, to structure that loan, is just like I showed you. All right. No points at you're going to be no points and almost no fees at just over 5%. So that's it. Or we could just go down here at 4.875. So anyway, 4.875 is going to get your principal and interest payment of $52.92, and then on top of that, you're going to have your taxes and insurance. Taxes are going to be 1.25% of the purchase price. So we would go over here, and let me close this, and let me do a new one. New file, loan, excuse me, Monday, can you tell? Here we go. All right, bear with me, all right? All right, so let's go over here and put some numbers in here. Let's go, let's put in 5.125%, and we're going to do a 360, 30-year loan, I mean. And 12500, and sales price 125,000, and 10% is 10% down, and we're going to have a second mortgage of other financing is going to be, loan amount is 125,000. Note rate is going to be about 6.5 probably, 1 over prime. Prime is at 5.5 right now, so this will probably be 1 1/4, something like that. And we'll just go 120 over 120. It's a 20-year loan. I mean a 10-year. It's a 30-year loan with a 10-year interest only, and then it goes to fully indexed, okay, or amortized. So qualify. So here we go, 6.75, and it's interest only for 20 months. And so you'd be right there. And then hazard insurance is going to be 1.2%. And then, I'm so sorry, taxes are 1.2%. That's an expensive hazard insurance. Probably if you had a meth lab in your house, you might pay that, but otherwise not so much. Okay, so I'm thinking your 0.15 will probably be your hazard insurance. Override. And so there you'd be on that. Okay, 8158 is going to be your PITI on that house, a $1.2 million purchase price. Okay. Gosh, that's it. I think I would have answered all your questions. That's how we could do it. So, let me know if you have any other questions. I'm certainly here, and I'm eager to earn your business. I've been doing this a long time. You can't tell by my bald head and my wrinkles. Then, well, I think that's telltale enough, right? Just give me a call. See if I can help you with this. All right. Thanks a lot. I hope you have a great day, great Monday, and I look forward to working with you. Thanks.